Guys, and welcome to another video. This time we will see the two levels of safety in the Punisher script. In my opinion, when you start clearing this for the first time, you should use the team that you are watching here. Okay? This kind of team is very safe, has a clear time of about 2 minutes average, maybe to 10, maybe to 20, depending on the kind of rooms you have. But this is very safe and will allow you to clear this dungeon and to farm the artifacts you need in order to progress in the rest of the dungeons. When you have better rooms, or if you already have better rooms, we will move on to the second kind of team, which is a speed team that goes straight for the boss and uses damage over time in order to kill the boss fast. So we are talking about under 1 minute times. However, you need to make it safe. And I managed to make mine quite safe and to have a fail safe in order to survive the trash waves when things don't go your way. So, guys, I will show you the rules and I will tell you the specifics of this team. First, we see that we have Diaz, and this monster is the key to this team. You see that I am using artifacts on him. However, you can start using this team without any artifacts, because the idea of this team is that it can clear the waves, it can clear the boss consistently, safely, without any artifacts. And you will start adding the artifact to the team as you start getting those artifacts from these very same runs. Here is my rogue. He is a very good rogue though. Okay, he is my farming rogue, but he has 100% crit rate, so I don't depend on RNG too much. He has some accuracy, he has high attack, he has high life, high HP. So this is a very good rogue, and you will have to give your best runes to this team. Okay, guys, if you are beginners, you may have to give your best runes to this kind of teams, but consider that you will be progressing a lot, because when you get a new artifact, you get something where you had nothing. So you are not improving a rune, you are simply improving from zero. You did not have anything on you, and now you have artifacts. So that is something great, huge, a great boost. And I will make a video later this week, if I can make it later this week. I don't want to promise anything, but I will show you how much stronger my RTA units and my arena units have gotten due to the artifacts in only 2 weeks. That there has been only 2 weekends when we had, it's not even 2 full weeks, since the update. So in a very short time, my units became much stronger. So guys, you should farm these dungeons. And here I will go over the monsters again. We have Diaz, that is the fail-safe of this team. And I will show you first that the mid boss, you go straight for the boss. But on the boss fight, on the final boss fight, you go for the right crystal, then the left crystal, and then you go for the boss. You will see why in a second. The first monster that attacks here is my werewolf. Okay, and this guy bigger, is very important, guys. You should really aim to build a bigger, because he's a very good PvE monster. Mine is completely skilled up. I was very lucky that my skill ups went for the third and second skills, which are the ones that you need to skill up. But this guy defense breaks for 3 turns and heals and provides speed buff and provides anti-crit buff. So he grants you survivability, grants you a heal, and grants you speed buff to make your team faster. And he moves first because you want him to defense break, and then you want the rest of the team to make use of that defense break. Then, in this comp, Rogue goes right after him, because Rogue can bring some other monster with him, and it's okay. It doesn't matter really if you choose Pang. I don't remember her name right now, even though I have heard there. Okay, the light Rakshasa. So it doesn't matter if Rogue or her goes. What you need is your damage dealer to go after your defense breaker. That is a general rule for this game. Now, what else do you need in this dungeon? Well, you need a speed break. You need to grant the slow debuff, you know, because this monster deals damage based on the speed he has, and the towers will gain attack bar when you attack them based on their speed. So as soon as you can land the speed break, the better it will be to attack because you won't be punished for attacking. You know, you see this run was kind of fast, 150, and I will not be keeping that. We will go for another run. And guys, this will be some sort of a long video for what I used to do, but I want to explain this in depth. Guys, as you can see, Rogue goes after the defense breaker, then he will usually kill the monster that is defense broken, and then he will take another turn. He may be able to kill a second tower. He then goes again if he kills again, and you know the cycle of Rogue. He is a very good monster for PvE. That's why he deserves your good runes for PvE. You know. Okay, now Birdie Heil. Birdie Heil is there because, and he should move last, or at least he should move after the monsters that you care about. You know, because Diaz is there to grant the survivability of the team and to be your dark tank. So it doesn't matter if Diaz doesn't move before your Birdie Heil. Your bird should move last because that is what will make the rest of your useful monsters have the full push from bird. If bird were to move before a damage dealer, then it will be a waste of a push in that damage dealer, you know. And well, bird is there in order to grant you more turns because the boss will get attack bar when you attack him. So if he's going to get attack bar, then you're going to get more attack bar because you will be slowing him down, and you will be slowing the towers down because you have a slow debuffer here, which is the Light Rakshasa. Light Rakshasa was an HOH, okay, but if you don't have her, you can use Chilling, for example. The runs will be slower because Chilling doesn't deal as much damage as your Rakshasa. However, Chilling has a crit rate buff. So if you play with Chilling, you can make the crit rate of your monsters be 70% because the crit rate buff gives you 30% more crit rate. So guys, as you can see, this is very consistent. So this is the kind of team that you need when you're starting to clear this dungeon. Now, Diaz. Why Diaz? Well, Diaz reduces the damage of the rest of your team by 15% and is a sponge for the boss's main attack, the attack that absorbs the attack bar of your monster and grants him another turn. That is not too cool, but you see my Diaz has 82% resistance, so you should try to make your Diaz as resistant as possible, you know? If you don't have wheel runes. Actually, in this kind of comp, the wheel runes are useless because you will be taking so many turns that the boss, but you will lose your wheel runes way before you're fighting one-on-one against the boss, and maybe you will lose your even if you have 3 sets of wheel runes, you will not have them anymore by the time you are fighting the boss. You know, maybe by the time you're at half health of the second tower. So it's not important to have wheel runes in this kind of team, and that is why this is a beginner's team as well. Well, now, if you don't have Diaz, and I don't recommend this, but if you don't have Diaz and you need another sponge, then you can use this guy. This guy, Jultan, is awesome. Okay, this is a tailor-made monster for this because he has dots, he defense breaks, and well, you know, he also reflects some damage, and it's amazing how many times the boss dies because he attacked your turn, you know. But okay, here I had to max, I had to plus 15 this rune. Okay, well, those are the runes on my Jultan. However, you don't have to make him this tanky, but he should be very tanky. However, Jultan doesn't protect the rest of your party, so you may have to go on the tankier side if you want to replace Diaz for Joltan. Or maybe you can replace your Rauk for a Darion, and then your party will get the benefit of the damage reduction, just like with Diaz, and Joltan will act as a punch, and your Darion can be your defense breaker and attack breaker, which are both very important, okay? That is not an ideal world, but you can do that. Also, if you don't have Pang, you can use this girl. She is not as good as Pang for this particular run, but she is better than Pang for almost anything else. So guys, this girl is amazing. Pang elongates the harmful effects on the monsters, on the boss, and on the towers. That way, even if they take turns, they will never get rid of your defense rakes or of your slow debuff. So Pang is awesome for this kind of slow comp. However, now we will move on to my fast clear comp. So this one will be a little weird for some of you. If you haven't seen this anywhere else, this will be very weird because of the monsters that I will be using here. And where are you? Yaku, where are you? I don't see, yeah, there he is. And the last one will be Kali. Kali, where is my Kali? There she is. Okay, sorry for that, guys. Well, as you can see, I'm using Yen as a leader because of her attack leader skill. My Yen doesn't have that much accuracy, so now, due to us moving into the faster team, now you will run this team once you already have the artifacts. So guys, this time you do need the artifacts, and you do need every single bonus I will show you if you want to exactly match my stats, because these will grant you will never die on the trash waves. You can die against the boss, okay, but you cannot die against the trash wave with this team. Things can go wrong, but you try to prevent it as much as you can. Okay, it will be ideal to have more accuracy, guys. I admit that. However, this team works great with these particular stats. I will show you the runes, the artifacts. As you can see, this has skill 2 accuracy, so my skill 2 accuracy, instead of only 9%, is 23%, which is much more. And well, these are the artifacts on Yen. You already know my Rogue. You already saw my Joltan. I will show you my Kali. She is on shield runes. And this is my Yaku with high accuracy. This is the artifact. And these are its runes. With very high crit rate, I don't want to leave things to RNG. So I try to maximize the runes and the stats I give to my monsters. And the main thing of this is the triple wheel Joltan. I will show you a run, and we will talk about it during the runs. Okay, first we have to adjust the attacking pattern for the boss. We go straight for the boss now. Okay, what does this team do? And which is the attack order? The ideal world attack order will be Joltan first, then Yen. However, I will go with Yen first. And you remember that I told you that the boss will get attack bar once it gets attacked, and that is based on his speed. So guys, if you are not too fast, when your first monster attacks, the boss will take a turn. You see that? Even though I applied the slow debuff, he went. So, which will be the point of going with Joltan first? If he will defense break for one turn, and then the boss will get rid of the defense break on the right after. There's no point. So that is why I go first with Yen. And Jen, as you know, applies debuffs, applies dot damage over time, and also steals the attack bar of the boss. And as you guys know, when you steal the attack bar of the boss, it gets a turn. However, Jen is going first, and the boss will take a turn anyways. So you may be able to land 3 dots, which means 15% of the boss's health, and they are 2 turn debuffs. So that's 30% of the boss's health, with only one monster in one turn. And that is if she doesn't proc, because she will deal a ton of damage as well, because she's runed for damage. So guys, first goes Yen, second goes Jultan, then your damage dealers. In an ideal world, Kali will have buffed attack, but you know, the world is not ideal every time. You know RNG, so you have to be ready for that. And that is why this team can fail too. You know, it's not a perfect team. However, this team is created to arrive to the last stage of this dungeon alive. The full team should be alive. And this team was made to bypass the RNG of the final of the third phase of this dungeon, which is the most dangerous one because it has so many crystals and the side crystals, AoE attack and AoE defense rate. So if you were unlucky, and since Kali has a very low base HP and defense, she can die in this base. You see? Here I attacked. If Kali didn't buff and didn't get invincibility, because that can happen, they can nerf, she could have been defense broken, gotten a crit, and then the other crystal could have crit Kali again, and then she could be dead. But she is not, because she is tanky and we have the exact amount of shield sets that we need to survive that. So this team will never die before the final boss. That is the only thing I wanted to make sure when I built this team. So, as you can see, this is very consistent and very fast. You already saw the strategy that we're taking here. We go for Yen. She will land dots. Then the boss will move. He will lose health. Then Jultan will move. He will defense break. Then Kali goes. Kali will buff, or Kali will strike the boss, landing a dot or ignoring defense. And then Yaku, and then the rogue will go, and finally Yaku will go. Yaku, on his third skill, he can land dots or ignore defense. Both are great. And you know, rogue does rogue things. So the main thing here is to land as many debuffs, as many dots as we can, so that we kill the boss fast and safe, before the boss can kill our whole party. So basically, guys, this is it. You see, killing the trash waste, very easy, killing the mid boss, very easy. And well, the last thing I want to explain is why I'm using triple wheel on my Joltan. Well, that is because here my Joltan doesn't have 100% resistance or close to that as my Diaz did. And the boss will not attack that many times. So if we had triple wheel runes, the boss, when he focuses the attack on our Joltan, will not be able to absorb attack bar and get another turn. So the boss will be given turns by our Yen, and only our Yen. And when our Yen absorb the attack bar of the boss, we want the boss to take a turn because he will get the damage of the dots. So we can handle that. We can organize our party in order to give the boss a turn when we want him to take a turn, and not when he wants to take a turn. You know what I mean, guys? We must control the RNG as much as we can. So this way, this team can kill this quite easily, quite consistently. I will say the consistency of this team is about 95%. You can go, you know how this works, okay? You can fail twice in a row, and then you don't fail for a whole day, and then you fail twice in a row. The RNG in this game works like that. However, I made this team as safe as I could to survive this particular wave. And well, this team can go for that's about 50 to 60 seconds runs all the time. And guys, one more thing I have to tell you, please don't use revenge runes, because revenge runes can be good against the boss, because for example on your Jultan, if you don't have a full set of will and you want to use revenge runes, okay, he can defense break the boss for your next monster that moves again after the boss attack. But remember that the towers also, the left tower also attacks your monster. And if your Joltan was to receive damage from that tower and counter that tower, he will be giving attack bar to that tower, to the boss, and to the other tower. So basically, you will be giving them the attack bar, and that is not worth it. So guys, if you don't have 3 sets of will runes, then use 2 sets of will and 1 set of shield, which will make the things much easier for you to achieve that final phase without any monster death. And when I say any monster death, I am basically mean Kali, which is one of the monsters with the lowest base HP in the game. As long as violent runes go, well, Yen doesn't need violent runes. You know how she works on swift runes. If you have a spare bio set, then great. She doesn't need it. And well, I went for bio runes on Yagu. Okay, here we may fail here. Yes, okay, that's a wipe. You see, sometimes it fails. Sometimes it fails. But we were alive until the last wave. So basically we will go one more run and see how it goes. And the only way for this team to die is for things to go wrong on the boss. And you can fix that, giving more accuracy, giving more stats, and you can handle the stats as you want. However, the tankiness of this team should be like I made it. This is the only way for this team to survive. It should be this tanky or tankier. Like this or more. Now we're going for the boss. He goes for Jordan. Kali went tectonic shift. Then Kali died. We got the dots and we won this one. Guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Bye.